Xi Jinping, a biography, written by Zhong Wen. Chapter 18 Removal of Xi and Transformation, It's Almost Dawn. In late August 2021, the U.S. Wuhan virus origin report came out. The U.S. and other countries around the world proved that the virus originated from the Chinese Communist Party's intention to develop biological weapons. Xi Jinping could no longer deny it in front of a 1,000-page investigation report with ironclad evidence. The countries all over were bound to file claims for compensation based on the loss of life and economic losses since the pandemic. They want to take Xi Jinping to the United Nations and international courts based on his criminal record. Faced with astronomical claims from various countries, the CCP cannot cover the claims even if it sells all its national assets and raids the national treasury, plus even stripping 1.4 billion people of their clothes. They can only plead for leniency. On the condition of promising to abandon Xi and the Communist Party for political reform and transformation and to return the political power to the people, the U.S. and other countries agreed to pardon Xi Jinping from criminal prosecution by the UN and international courts. They only wanted him to provide symbolic compensation to the families of those who have died as a result of the plague. For Xi Jinping, the best outcome will be to return to the holy land of Liangjiahe and drink the holy water to end his life. He may also agree to go to his old mother's place in Shenzhen and leave him enough money to live on in his old age, in addition to confiscating more than 1 billion yuan assets of Xi's family. This can happen in late 2021 to early 2022, or at the latest by October 2022. In 1976, when Mao collapsed, the Communist Party cadres had to abandon Mao's transformation. Deng Xiaoping should have abandoned Mao as Khrushchev had abandoned Stalin in 1956, but unfortunately Deng Xiaoping took the for insistences to let Mao still hang high in Tiananmen and to let communism lurk down to plague China. Xi Jinping came to power and dragged the Mao zombie out to embolden himself as the communist emperor and brought the Mao corpse back to life for 10 years. In 2020 Xi Jinping let the communist virus spread around the world so that countries could know that the evil of communism was the source of the plague. Xi Jinping is the public enemy of mankind, provoking the anger of all countries, and the United States has woken up to lead the army to find out the source of the virus. Thus, Xi Jinping's guilt cannot escape him. The people of the world can no longer tolerate the Communist Party which has been ravaging the world. The year 2022 will be the year of the end of the century's disaster of communism. Communism will be crushed to the end at the same time as the plague. Xi Jinping dragged out Mao's corpse from the grave after Mao died 45 years ago. Now it is the time to bury Mao's corpse with Maoism and communism. If the Communist Party is not destroyed, the world will not be at peace. Many members of Congress are now calling for the restoration of official diplomatic relations with Taiwan, the restoration of Taiwan's status in the United Nations, the revision of Nixon's 1970 mistake of forcing Taiwan out of the UN, and the abandonment of the One China policy that has given the Chinese Communist Party so much credit. The President Biden is expected to take steps in early 2022 to formally restore official diplomatic relations with the Republic of China on Taiwan, recognize the de facto existence of two Chinese regimes and promote the restoration of Taiwan's status at the UN. This U.S. decision will be a fatal blow to the Chinese Communist Party's desire to eat Taiwan and will certainly cause shockwaves on the mainland, prompting the Communist Party to spurn Xi Jinping. Not only will Taiwan not be eaten up with the support of the awakening of the United States, but it will also become a beacon for the transformation of the mainland into a democratic country. In fact, Taiwan got transformed from a KMT dictatorship to a democratic constitutional state more than 30 years ago and is a model for the transformation of the Chinese Communist Party. Taiwan will use its successful historical experience of transformation to assist in the reformation of the CCP. When the mainland is successfully transformed into a democratic country, the final reunification of China will be achieved and the two regimes of Taipei and Beijing will naturally merge into one. Xi Jinping's perverse practices are unpopular and the CCP has long been disgusted with Xi Jinping. In fact, they have been calling for his termination for years. Xi Jinping thinks he can kidnap 1.4 billion people in his chariot and do whatever he wants. Beijingers have been calling Xi the president, swell, who has been suffering from severe swelling disease, seemingly huge and unbeatable, and in fact, he has long been a loner. In 2022, Xi will come to an end, the night will end and a new dawn is ahead. The bright sunshine of freedom, democracy and civilization will shine again on the Dragonland.